Vi är en capture om self-love. Self-love is not selfish, it is necessary. We are often told to be kind to others, to love unconditionally, to give without expecting anything in return. But how often are we told to be kind to ourselves, to love ourselves the way we love others, to give to ourselves without guilt? The world makes us believe that prioritizing ourselves is selfish, that if we take a step back to care for our own well-being, we are neglecting our responsibilities. But tell me, how can you pour love into others when your own cup is empty? How can you uplift someone else when you are crumbling inside? Self-love is not about arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about recognizing your worth and treating yourself with the same compassion you so freely give to everyone else. It is about standing in front of the mirror and seeing you, not just the version the world expects, but the raw, real, and imperfect person who deserves to be loved, especially by the one person who will always be with you, yourself. Loving yourself does not mean neglecting others. It means honoring your own existence. It means giving yourself permission to rest when you are tired, to walk away from things that no longer serve you, to choose peace over chaos, and to say no without feeling guilty. It means understanding that you do not have to be everything for everyone at the cost of being nothing for yourself. There is a difference between selfishness and self-preservation. Selfishness is taking from others without giving back. Self-love is nurturing yourself so that you can give back. It is not just an act of survival, it is an act of courage. Because in a world that constantly tells you that you are not enough, choosing to love yourself is the most revolutionary thing you can do. Accept your imperfections. They make you unique. From the moment we are born, the world teaches us to chase perfection. We are told to have the perfect body, the perfect career, the perfect life. But let me ask you, what is perfection? And who decides what it looks like? For years, I believed that my flaws made me less worthy, that if I wasn't perfect in the eyes of society, I didn't deserve happiness. But life has a way of teaching us that true beauty is not in being flawless. It is in embracing our flaws with pride. Your scars, your struggles, your so-called imperfections, they are not weaknesses. They are stories. They are proof that you have lived, that you have fallen and risen, that you have survived what was meant to break you. Why hide them when they are a part of the masterpiece that is you? We spend so much time comparing ourselves to others, wishing we looked different, spoke differently, lived differently. But the truth is, if we were all the same, this world would be so painfully dull. You were not created to be like anyone else. You were created to be you. So what if you don't fit into society's narrow definition of beauty? So what if you don't follow the path that others expect you to? You are not meant to fit in. You are meant to stand out. Your uniqueness is your power, not your weakness. The moment you stop apologizing for who you are, the moment you stop hiding your imperfections, that is the moment you truly start living. Because self-acceptance is not just about loving the good in you, it is about embracing every part of yourself, even the parts that the world tells you to change. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes. Why is it that we find it so easy to forgive others? But when it comes to ourselves, we carry the weight of our past like an anchor tied to our hearts. Why do we allow our mistakes to define us, to haunt us, to convince us that we are not worthy of a fresh start? We all make mistakes. We all have moments we wish we could erase, decisions we regret, words we wish we could take back. But tell me, what would life be without mistakes? How would we ever grow if we never failed? You see, the problem is not in making mistakes. The problem is in refusing to let them go. We replay them over and over in our minds, punishing ourselves for things we can no longer change. But holding on to the past will not rewrite it. Carrying guilt will not undo what has been done. We must learn to forgive ourselves with the same kindness we offer to others. Because at the end of the day, mistakes are not meant to break us, they are meant to teach us. reminders that we are human, that we are evolving, that we are learning. So instead of us asking, why did I do this? Ask what did this teach me? Instead of saying, I wish I could go back, say, I will move forward wisdom. You are not the person you were yesterday. You are growing. You are changing. And you deserve to set yourself free. The world will remind you of your failures, but you must remind yourself of your resilience. Because you are more than your past, and your future is still waiting to be written. Stop seeking validation from others. From the moment we open our eyes to this world, we are taught to seek approval. We are told to be good children so that our parents are proud, to be obedient students so that our teachers praise us, to be successful in life so that society accepts us. But tell me, at what point do we stop living for others and start living for ourselves? We spend so much time trying to fit into molds that were never meant for us. We dress a certain way, speak a certain way, live a certain way, just so that others can tell us, yes, you are good enough. But what happens when that validation never comes? Or worse, what happens when it does and we still feel empty inside? The truth is, no matter what you do, there will always be people who will question you. There will always be voices telling you that you're not enough, that you should change, that you should be someone else. But tell me, why should their voices be louder than your own? Why do we wait for others to tell us we are beautiful before we believe it? Why do we need the world's applause to feel accomplished? The reality is, the day you stop seeking validation from others is the day you set yourself free. Because your worth is not defined by how many people approve of you. Your worth is not measured by the number of likes, compliments, or praises you receive. You were not born to live according to someone else's expectations. You were not created to be a reflection of what others think you should be. You were meant to be you, boldly, unapologetically, and without the need for permission. So stop asking the world, am I enough? And start telling yourself, I have always been enough. Speak to yourself with kindness. Have you ever noticed how we talk to ourselves? How we criticize every little thing, how we replay our failures over and over again, how we call ourselves not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough. If we spoke to our friends the way we speak to ourselves, would they stay? Would they feel loved? Then why do we treat ourselves with such cruelty? Why do we stand in front of the mirror and only see what is wrong? Why do we let the world's judgment become our own? The truth is, the most important voice you will ever hear is the one inside your head. The words you say to yourself shape the way you see the world, the way you see your own reflection, the way you carry yourself. And yet we have been taught to be kind to others, but never to ourselves. But tell me, if you don't love yourself, how will you teach others to love you? If you don't respect yourself, how will the world learn to respect you? The words you whisper to yourself in moments of doubt, in moments of fear, in moments of weakness, those words matter. So today I ask you to change the conversation. Instead of saying, I am not enough, say, I am a work in progress and that is okay. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, I am learning and I will rise again. Instead of saying, I don't deserve love, remind yourself, I am worthy and I have always been worthy. Because at the end of the day, the way you speak to yourself becomes the life you live. And you, more than anyone else, deserve a voice that lifts you up, not one that tears you down. Your struggles do not define you. Your resilience does. We all go through struggles. Life has a way of throwing challenges at us when we least expect them. Sometimes so painful, so overwhelming, that we start believing we are nothing more than our hardships. But tell me, does the storm define the strength of the tree? Or does the way it stands tall despite the winds? It is easy to look at yourself and see only what you have been through, to define yourself by the heartbreaks, the failures, the rejections, the losses. to believe that your pain is the full story of who you are. But let me tell you this: you are not your pain. You are not your failures. You are not what happened to you. You are the way you chose to rise after every fall. You are the way you found light even in the darkest moments. You are the way you kept going when the world told you to stop. That is who you are. Not a victim of your struggles, but a warrior of your own life. Life will break you. It will test you in ways you never imagined. But every scar you carry is proof that you survived. Every tear you shed has shaped you into someone stronger. You may have been bent, but you were never broken. You may have fallen, but you never stayed down. That is resilience. That is the fire inside you that no struggle, no pain, no hardship can ever take away. So today I ask you, will you let your struggles write your story, or will you take the pen and write your own? You are very wise and hundreds of times more valued than when you look like you're 7. The younger you will be when you live, you're 7. The younger you will be when you live, you're 7. Life is not about avoiding struggles, nor is it about chasing perfection or seeking validation from the world. Life is about embracing yourself. Your flaws, your past, your journey with kindness and love. It is about understanding that self-love is not selfish, that your mistakes do not define you, and that your voice, the way you speak to yourself, matters more than the opinions of others. You are not what happened to you, you are what you choose to become. You are not the scars of your past, you are the strength that carried you through. And above all, you are not here to live for the approval of others. You are here to live your life on your terms with your purpose. So today, stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I love you, I am proud of you, and I will never give up on you. Because at the end of the day, the longest, most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. And you, more than anyone else, deserve your own love.